Drugs. That's what I want to talk to you today about because it's a big part of the world we live in, and it's also a big part of end time prophecy, and it's what Mystery Babylon uses to deceive all the world, all the nations. It is wrote in Revelation 18, talking about Mystery Babylon and the merchants of the world. It says that they use sorceries to deceive all the nations. And that word sorcery, as it's wrote in Greek, means medication, drugs, druggist, poisoner, spell-giving potion. And that word sorcery, how you pronounce it in Greek, is pharmakia. It's where we get our word pharmacy from. So if you want to identify who Mystery Babylon is, that's one identifier. Take a look at the world around you. Determine what government has allowed all these drugs to come in through our borders in our country and all over the world. If you want to determine who Mystery Babylon is, that's how you can determine it, by looking at who's allowing all the drugs, who's legalizing drugs, and who's letting it come in our country. So let's go to document what I'm saying about Babylon and about this sorcery. We're going to determine there's another thing that we can use to determine who Mystery Babylon is. So one is the drugs, and this other one, well, let's go real quick. To identify, we're talking about Mystery Babylon in Revelation 18. We'll pick up the subject, and then we'll go to where the word sorcery is talked about. We're going to Revelation, and hi, I'm Betty Joe, by the way. Please like and subscribe, make a comment, and turn the captions on. So Revelation 18, we're going to pick it up in verse 2 where this angel is talking. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils. So first, two words we're going to talk about, Babylon and devils. That word Babylon in Greek means a tyranny-style government and bitterness. The word tyranny means a dictatorship, a totalitarian-style government, and also socialist. That's what the word Babylon means. So that's the government we're talking about, and actually, that Babylon is that beast of Revelation 13. I did a complete study of that beast, and it's documented in Daniel chapter 7, verse 23. An angel tells Daniel exactly who that beast is. It's a fourth and final kingdom that's going to be devouring the whole earth. And it's a one world kingdom, which is a government. So we know that Babylon is a government. It means a tyranny, dictatorship style government. And that word devils in Greek, in this particular chapter, in this verse, it means distribute the fortunes. So you take a look at the governments, and if you want to identify who Mystery Babylon is and who this totalitarian government is, who has been distributing the fortunes. That means giving money away, taking from the people that want to work, give to the people that don't. Now, we picked up the subject, and that's another identifier, is who's distributing those fortunes to determine who Babylon is. Now let's get to this sorcery. We're going to skip all this chapter is talking about Babylon, the great city, how she's going to go down. God's going to do away with her. And the merchants, because God does not like all this merchandise selling. It gets people to worship material things, and you get so worldly that you forget about God. And God's a jealous person. He wants you to love Him and worship Him. He doesn't want you to worship material things, and I've been a big part of it until I realized, hey, I've got to get my mind right, and I need to realize what's more important, my salvation, my God, or these material things. So it's okay to have material things and go buy things, but think about God and thank God. So God doesn't like all this material buying. And that's why this whole chapter is dedicated to Babylon, how she's in cahoots with the merchants of the world, and how she oppresses the people, raising prices and manipulating the stock market and taking advantage of our hardship. That government that does that, God doesn't like it, and He's going to do something about it. So that's what this whole chapter is about. And the merchandise, here's another thing to consider. the merchandise, mainly in America. I don't know about the rest of the world, but you can look at the back of your merchandise, and most all of it. That country that sells that merchandise to us, they worship mostly the government, not all the people, but that country that sells us all this product to get us to take our mind off of God, they worship the dragon. And the dragon is the one that's given that mystery Babylon, that beast, his power before he's kicked out of heaven as Antichrist. That's documented in Daniel chapter 8, verses 23 through about 25. It says the dragon in end times, when it talks about this kingdom, it says that that dragon is going to be very powerful, but not by his power. He's going to give his power to that kingdom, and through policies, he's going to cause craft to prosper in his hand before he even is kicked out of heaven as Antichrist. So I digress, but now let's go to Revelation 18, and we'll pick up this sorcery in verse 23. And it's talking about Babylon here and the merchants. It says, and the light of the candle, this is also talking about when God's going to do away with her, that government. And the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries, there you have, were all nations deceived. The sorceries of this Babylon, that government. And the word sorcery in Greek means medication, drugs, druggist, poisoner, spell-giving potion. And the word actually is pronounced pharmakia. So if you want to identify who this Babylon is at end times, take a look at the world around you and what governments have allowed all the drugs to come into this country and other countries around us. In fact, all the governments of the world. The drug use is rampant right now. It gets you addicted to drugs, and then it takes your control away. You don't have control. You have no self-control when you're addicted to drugs. It's a sad thing going on in the world right now. It really is. And that's part of Satan's tool is drugs and this mystery Babylon. So if you're one of those people that have fallen into this drug addiction, get yourself clean. Seek God. Ask His help to get off drugs and get yourself off the drugs, and don't allow Satan to control you. You let God control you. Take it to God, pray to Him, and reach out to Him and get rid of the drug use. Get your heart right with God. So this is a short lecture, but I felt like it was very needed. And God loves you. He does not want His people on drugs. Get off the drugs. And if you want to know who Babylon is, those are two identifiers. That the word devils, as it's wrote in Revelation chapter 18, verse 2, says mystery Babylon has become the habitation of devils. And that word devils means distribute the fortunes. So what governments are distributing fortunes? And then in Revelation 18, verse 23, it says, for by thy sorceries, that government, were all nations deceived. Drugs is probably Satan's number one tool to get you to pull away from God. And I know you might say, well, I worship God still. Well, I know you might still worship Him, but do you think God's happy with you being addicted to drugs and letting something like that control you instead of Him? He wants to be the one that's in control of your life. Because those drugs, those are coming from Satan. Don't let Satan control you. So I love you. God loves you. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe. And if you're interested in more of those studies about that beast, click the link below. I have a playlist. I love you. God loves you. You have a good day.